That Sunday evening, rather than the usual round roast or baked chicken, Grace set the table with large soup bowls and chopsticks collected from all the times they had ordered in Chinese food from Charlie Suey's. The house smelled of new flavours and scents. Hours earlier, she and Anne had taken the old station wagon to Queens, where she'd lived before marrying Tom. There she knew they could find all the ingredients they needed for Anne's recipe. Anne had written out her shopping list in Vietnamese. "Remind me again what we're getting for tonight," she'd asked. "Rice noodle, garlic, coriander." Anne had practiced with Sister Mary the day before to remember the English translations for the ingredients. Grace had smelled some of Anne's cooking at the mother house, and it always made her mouth water. "It all sounds wonderful," she said. "I can't wait to taste what you make tonight." "I am happy to cook for you and your family," Anne grinned. She patted the shopping list with her hand. She felt almost giddy with the windows rolled down, the breeze rippling through both their hair. Grace caught Anne smiling as she looked out at the changing scenery, the rows of suburban houses being replaced by two-family homes, red brick apartment buildings and storefronts that reflected the neighbourhood's rich immigrant community. Grace pointed to a pub next to an Indian restaurant that had an Irish flag in one of its windows. "I used to go there with my girlfriends," she laughed. "I'm glad O'Mallachy's is still around." A few minutes later, Grace spotted the sign for Lowe's Market. "Here we are." She slowed the car and pulled into a parking spot just in front. Anne looked at the sign. "This store we go to, it owned by Vietnamese?" "It's actually Chinese," Grace clarified, "but I called this morning and they said they have your noodles and spices too." The two women got out of the car and walked inside. In the past, it was Grace who'd always taken charge whenever they stepped through the threshold of Kepler's. But now, she walked behind Anne, who floated confidently through the store's narrow aisles, her fingers combing through the bushels of familiar produce and herbs. She smiled as she lifted a small knob of ginger root to her nose.